A landscape without shadows is a landscape without depth. Just as the forest needs the night to rest and the sun needs the clouds to create a masterpiece in the sky, our lives need the difficult moments to give meaning to our joy. Do not be afraid of the shadows in your journey. They are not there to obscure your path, but to give your story contrast, character, and a beauty that light alone could never achieve. Whatever you give to the mountains, they give back to you. If you shout with anger, the valley echoes with anger. If you sing with joy, the hills return a song. Nature is a mirror of our inner world. If you find the world outside to be chaotic, look at the landscape of your heart. When we cultivate peace within ourselves, we begin to see the harmony in the trees and the grace in the falling rain. Be careful what you offer to the universe, for life is an echo that always finds its way back to the source. Water is the softest thing, yet it can penetrate the hardest stone. It does not fight the mountain, it finds a way around it. It does not argue with the cliff. It creates a waterfall of breathtaking beauty. The river teaches us that being soft is not the same as being weak. There is a divine power in flexibility and a quiet victory in persistence. When life places an obstacle in your path, do not exhaust yourself trying to break it. Be like water. Find the flow, embrace the change, and let the journey itself carve you into something magnificent. In the dampest shadows and on the coldest stones, you will find the moss, vibrant, green, and thriving where nothing else can grow. It does not compete with the towering oaks for sunlight. It finds its purpose in the humble places. It reminds us that there is dignity in being small and power in being resilient. You don't always have to be the loudest or the brightest to have an impact. Sometimes the most beautiful thing you can do is to remain soft in a world that is hard and to keep growing even in the places where the sun rarely shines. The stars do not shine because they want to be noticed. They shine because that is what they are. They do not worry about the clouds that cover them, for they know the clouds are fleeting, while the light is eternal. In the dark night of your soul, remember the stars. Your light does not depend on the circumstances around you. It is an inner flame that remains, waiting for the sky to clear. Have patience with your own darkness. The night is not an absence of light, but a canvas where your truest brightness can finally be seen.
The grandeur of a tree lies not only in the branches that touch the sky, but in the roots that hold firm in the dark, silent earth. We often celebrate the bloom and the height, forgetting the unseen work of the heart. Life is much the same. Your growth is not always visible to the world. Sometimes it is happening deep within, in the quiet moments of struggle and reflection. Trust the process of your own grounding. When your roots are deep, you do not need to fear the wind, for you are anchored in a strength that the world cannot see.
Have you ever noticed that no matter how dark the clouds become, the sky itself remains untouched? The storms are temporary visitors, but the blue expanse is eternal. Your mind is like that sky. Your thoughts, your fears, and your sorrows are just weather passing through. They may block the sun for a day or a week, but they cannot change the fundamental piece of your being. Learn to identify with the sky, not the clouds. Watch the weather change, but stay rooted in the vastness of who you truly are, unbounded, clear, and forever free.
A forest is more than just a collection of trees, it is a silent conversation that has lasted for millennia. Beneath the soil, the roots are whispering, sharing strength and warning of storms. It reminds us that none of us are meant to stand alone. Life is an intricate web of giving and receiving. When you feel disconnected, walk among the pines. Let the ancient air fill your lungs and realize that you are a thread in a tapestry so vast, so beautiful, that your heart was never truly alone to begin with.
We often mistake the stillness of winter for the end of life. But in nature, rest is a form of preparation. Beneath the frozen ground, the earth is dreaming of spring. The trees are not doing nothing. They're gathering their strength for the next season of growth. We live in a world that praises constant movement, but the soul requires seasons of dormancy. Do not feel guilty for your quiet times. Like the earth, you need moments to turn inward, to let your fields lie fallow, and to trust that in the stillness, you are quietly becoming ready for your next great bloom.
The sunset is a daily proof that endings can be beautiful too. It doesn't demand the sun to stay. It simply allows the light to fade into gold, then purple, and finally into the deep embrace of the stars. It reminds us that letting go is not a loss, but a transition into a different kind of light. As the day ends, let your worries set with the sun. Trust that the darkness is not a void, but a soft blanket under which you can rest and dream. Tomorrow will bring a new dawn. But for now, find peace in the closing of the chapter.
There is a peculiar wisdom in the desert. It is a place that has stripped away the unnecessary, leaving only what is essential for survival. It teaches us that beauty does not always require abundance. Sometimes, the most breathtaking sights are found in the stark silence and the vast, empty spaces. In our own lives, we often clutter our days with noise and things we don't need. The desert invites us to simplify, to find the gold within the dust, and to discover that even in the driest seasons of our soul, there is a well of resilience waiting to be found.